Do you feel like you know your parents, by the way? Do you feel like you've heard every story? I don't think you have. I think you might know your mom better than your dad. I think you might know your mom. You might know her, I don't know, 70%. You know? She's not tell you everything. You know? She's got some stories she's going to hold back. But dads, I think you might know your dad about 15%. Dads either make stuff up or just don't tell you anything. You know? With my dad, it's like he still has stories and they just happen like lightning. You just kind of have to wait for them to happen. We can't talk, but we can sit in the same room. We were sitting there and he's watching 10 minutes in this cowboy show. He's like, all of a sudden, I was a hot air balloon operator for one summer in '64. What the hell are you talking about? Why have we never heard this story? And you won't elaborate. You know, he won't tell you. You just gotta wait for it to happen. You know, again, 10 minutes. I was a much thinner man then, Jeff. Yeah, I would have assumed that. He goes, well, I'm just saying, you know, winker basket, never, you know, I get it. I know what it looks like. He goes, well, I'm just saying, I couldn't take a lot of fat people up. Well, you can't say that out loud. That's rude. He's like, heck, I made one guy propose to his girlfriend on the ground. I can't take both of you up. And I'm like, all right, well, that's hurtful for people. Don't say that out loud. But I don't know. I just don't think you know your parents. I do love my parents. I have a great family. It just feels like they set me up for failure in life. Just in my name. I like my name. It's Jeff. Really, Jeffrey. But in context, with all of the other names in my family, feels like I got the raw end of the deal. Like my mother's name is Mary. It's a good name. My father's name is Joseph. Seriously. Yeah, I kid you not. My parents' names are Mary and Joseph. That's a lot of pressure on a kid growing up. Right? Hanging out at the babysitter's house. Why aren't you a little more well-behaved? Why don't you go to hell? I can tell you. I know Mary and Joseph. I can get this done right now. I have two older brothers, and my oldest brother, being that he is the chosen one, my parents decided to name him Christopher. I don't know if you guys know the root word of that name, but it's Christ. And to this day, this jerk still says to me, it's actually pronounced Christopher. Well, you kiss my ass, Christopher. You are nothing like that guy. You've never shared your food. You've never given me a fish nor a loaf ever. I'll tell you that. Some of you should correct the book open, maybe. It's a pretty popular story. But I have another older brother. And if you know your religion, you're going to lose your mind. But my parents decided that they were hilarious, apparently, and named my other older brother Michael. Like Michael the Archangel. Saint Michael. You know what Saint Michael did? He fought Satan and won. He's undefeated. Again, I'm Catholic. That's a lot of pressure. Get to the third born. What do you got left in names? We're going Jeff. Are you kidding me? What are you saying? They're just the two good names in the Bible? There's no Jeff in the Bible anywhere. I've looked. I've had people look for him. I Googled, there's no Jeff in the Bible. I don't even know what he would be, even if there were a Jeff in the Bible, the patron saint of couches. I mean, at this point, I would have settled for Pontius Pilate. Give me that one, you know? All right. And for those of you who obviously don't get all of the religious references, which is a large swath of it all the way over here. Let me put it to you this way, you heathens. It's like this. It's like my two older brothers are like Goose and Maverick, all right? And I'm like Norm from Cheers. Is that? Cheers was a show back in the 80s. I don't know, it's just hard to date. You know, I was texting a girl not too long ago. I shouldn't have been, but I was just flirting with her, just trying to get my swerve on. But I said swerve. I got autocorrected, and that, I'll tell you where that can go. Autocorrect was invented by a demon to irritate me, but the word adorable got switched to affordable. So if you're keeping up with the message, you look so affordable. And being that I am a dummy, I had time to fix it, and I looked at it, and I was like, nope, I'm going with that. That's pretty funny. It's fine. She'll text back. It's been a few months. But things, I'm glad you guys are getting this. I like you guys are fun. You guys are lovely people. You really are. I really like you guys. You guys are fun. First show was fun too. You know, they were old. And they were. I was on a date not too long ago. This woman asked me, she goes, what's your 5-year plan? I kind of like when people say Indian style again. Sorry, for anybody younger than 30 in here, crisscross applesauce. But back in our day, we were racist. We didn't know it. That's just what they called it, right? But the point is, like, people sit like that and breathe, right? That's a bucket list item. You mark it off before you die. You got a heck of a good life. Oh, he died doing what he loved, breathing. But aside from your plan, I don't plan anything. I didn't plan that date. You should have figured that out when we're sitting down at Applebee's. Right? You don't plan an Applebee's date. There's always going to be seats available at Applebee's. You know why? It's because it's awful. I swear to you, I was in Wichita, and the lady must have been the district manager, because we have a nice chicken fajita roll-up. No, you don't. I disagree. Circle gets the square. I win that round. But I am so, she got that. I am so not a planner. I tell you, I walked in a half marathon not too long ago, and I didn't know how long a half marathon was. I didn't look it up. Seriously, I just saw half. I'm like, oh, I can do half. All right, I can do half anything. That's been my life. I just do it halfway. I don't care. I'll eat a half a pizza right now. I don't care. I don't care if I've already had sushi or something. I'll give it a go. I'm a go-getter. So I'm walking in this thing because the hell with running, and then I get to 8 miles, and I think we can agree that's a lot of miles. And I get there, and I'm legitimately like, what is going on here? Shouldn't there be like a checker flag or something? Surely by now, after 8 miles, let a guy know is all I'm saying. So what I did was, I called my dad to have him come pick me up. And that's what you call a true story. Have you ever done one? Have you ever done a half marathon? You've done one. I can look right at you. You're a big guy. You're in shape. You've done a marathon. Oh, all right, show off. But but no, that's great. That is fantastic. And even if you've done a half marathon, I think that's amazing. I'll just tell you, if you ever find yourself in a half marathon or a marathon, just remember, you can just stop. There's nobody gonna yell at you. They already got your money. They're not gonna wait till they get to the end of that thing. Hey, I'll let you finish puking, but I need that $35 before you get out of here. No, just do what I did. Just sit down. That's what I did. I sat down. I may have said the hell with this. And then I sat down on some lady's decorative rock in her front yard. I'm what you call off course. You know, I went rogue. I'm also trespassing, and I'm sitting there, and I'm catching my breath. I don't want to brag. I'm pretty good at breathing. Been breathing for a long, long time. You know, I'm from Indiana, so I'm like top 5 breathers in my county. So I'm sitting there, and 10 minutes goes by, and then I just start dry heaving for no reason. Let's examine that anomaly. Apparently, that's how out of shape I'm in. Even the dry heaving, about 10 minutes behind the pack the whole time. Just hold on. Nothing coming out but air, you know, and dignity, you know, and some lady comes out of her house. Sir, are you okay? Well, I'm dry heaving, lady. I've had better days. I don't know what you're asking me for. Did you need help with your groceries? I'm not getting up. Go cut your cantaloupe. And I did call my dad. I'm well into my 40s. I called my dad. I was like, hey, Dad, can you come pick me up? And he's like, yeah, where are you? And I told him. He's like, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. That's great news, right? Cavalry is on the way. And then it hits me as I get off the phone. He wasn't even surprised to hear from me. That's a little disconcerting. I know my father's expectations of me my whole life have been low, but it was almost as if he were saying, you know what, your mom and I, we were out driving around looking for you. We thought you might have collapsed somewhere. We were kind of right. Now my dad is 81 and he is a burden. He's he knows he is. My dad's been saying since he was 55, I'm dying. And my mom finally is like, well, just let us know when you're done. I mean, they've been married for over 50 years, so like, my mom's like, I'm kind of tired of that guy. My dad's 81. My parents are lovely people. They really are. My dad makes words up now, though. He's making words up. You guys old enough? You're 63. You're not old enough to make words up yet, right? You still got all your faculties, right? My dad. I don't know if he just rationalizes. I don't have a lot of time left. I'm just gonna make it up. But I walk in my parents' house. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Oh, watching this new cop show. It's pretty good, you know. Somebody gets murdered. They bring in that investigative team, you know, that Furcenic team. They do all the Furcenics on the body back there. I go, what's that? What word did you make up? Did you say Furcenic? He goes, yep. And I go, that's not a word. He goes, it's a word, Jeff. And I go, no, it's not. He goes, Jeff, had you been here earlier in the show, it said Forsythic on the back of their vest. Well, then you can't read either, because it doesn't say Forsythic. Now we're getting into an argument over something dumb. He's like, you think you're so smart, Jeff? Well, I am pretty smart, Dad. I have an associate's degree. So obviously, I'm very smart. And some of you are like, you know what, I also have an associate's degree. But mine's better, because I took 3 years to get mine. But you gotta want it. You gotta want it. But he asked me what that word was, and I couldn't think of the word. I couldn't think of the right pronunciation because Forsythic just threw me off just enough. Because I'm really not that smart, but it just threw me off too. And I just gave up and I just left the house. And I go back a week later just to poke my head in the front door. It's forensic, you old man! And I shut the door. But by that time, he'd forgotten what we were arguing about. But my dad doesn't have a lot of news to report on, just what he sees on Facebook. I walk in again, I just like popping in, just saying hi and stuff, hang out, see what they have to say, whatever. My dad goes, well, I saw on Facebook where this family bought their dad his dream car. I'm like, well, that's nice. Good for them. Good for him. He goes, well, I'm just saying. Oh, I know what you're saying. I picked up on it. Associate's degree. But he goes, well, I guess I was just a terrible father. You weren't a terrible father at all. You just didn't earn a car. Right? I mean, you didn't really go above and beyond. I mean, remember how you offered me money for good grades? Remember how you didn't have to pay me anything? It's like that. Fine, right? You know what? I'll tell you this. Dad, maybe had you not thrown a coat hanger at me when I was 13 because you thought I was coughing on purpose to annoy you, you'd be out there looking at an Buick right now. I don't know, but I get you, Pete. Good for you. You and I are very different in a lot of ways. You know, you're happy and stuff, but no, I mean, Zoloft is a hell of a drug. But I'm not good with money. You're probably good with money. You can afford to be here, both of you. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm just not good with money. I won 30 grand on a scratch-off ticket in 2016. That was a good day. That was really, don't know what it did with the money. Bought a bunch of random stuff, shoes, a lot of shoes. This is how bad I am with money. I got a call from my bank and they said, hey, Jeff, your account is outstanding. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I don't know if you're calling everybody, but that makes me feel pretty good. I got some new checks. That's probably what you're seeing. I got some mountains on there now, and they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous checks. They go, no, you were way off. You were out of money. I'm like, that's impossible. I still have checks left. I'm just going to keep writing them. So, thanks a lot. I'm Jeff Bodine. Thank you very much, everybody.